So ISUPK could never rule over Israel because they will become tyrannical, just like we was talking about the Haitians with Duvalier and the Tom Tom McCool. All right, they will become tyrannical, and they'll end up being like, um, it'll end up being um, like it'll end up being like ISIS, where they kill their brothers. They kill their brothers and sisters that are in Islam, where they say they not Muslim enough. All right, or it'll be a revolution. They could never. That's why when brothers in the school heard Johanna come back later, and he started calling for all the camps to come under him or whoever was left on One West, and he started all the barbecues in Brooklyn. Brothers didn't take him serious because they was like, yo, it's gonna be the same tyrannical stuff that we went under. Now, how is it that you had like over 40, 50 brothers of Mount Zion camp that was under Ariala left and converted to the gospel? And they did Hebrews 13:13, go without the camp. Because if your organization ain't teaching what Christ commanded, how are you going to follow it? How are you going to follow an organization? You say you believe in Christ, but they not doing the things that Christ commanded. You get what I'm saying? They not taking off the Phariseeism and taking off the old priesthood and putting on the new man that's in Christ, that's in the new priesthood. All right, and putting on the fruits of the spirit. Having goodness, having kindness, having love, having long temperance, meekness, humility. So your top generals that was over Johanna woke up. The men that were over Johanna woke up, all right, to the gospel. Yashawan. You could go right on YouTube and look up Yashawan's videos and the brother Payala's videos where they gave testimony. Put it up, Yashawan. Yashawarwan. Yashawan on YouTube. And him and the brother Payala from Flatbush, a Benjamite brother, they put out their testimonies about their conversion into the gospel while they left. Laha. Now, these men were considered tyrants in the school. They were tyrannical. Brothers hate them to these days. And a lot of you brothers gotta forgive brothers because, yo, their mindset was different. They were on that Planet of the Apes guerrilla Pharisee doctrine, but these men converted out. They converted out and found the gospel in the light of Christ. They was born again in the spirit. And y'all brothers don't believe that. Then look at Lahab's channel, Blaze Judah channel. When these men start making declarations of the gospel in the school, they rejected it. They rejected it. All right? They was cast out of, men was cast out of the synagogue. All right? They didn't want the, they left I remember the day Lahab said his testimony in the school. Ariala over Mount Zion camp. He ended up seeing the gospel later on. He didn't convert right away. He seen it later on. He was over 200 men between Albuquerque, New Mexico, and California, different parts of California, and with loyal sects. But you hear horror stories about when he was a tyrant and he was evil. You have a brother that pops up on my channel. He'll come to the channel Yard, and he'll tell you horror stories about how they was using the rank system and being tyrants with it, because absolute power corrupts. All right, superior men being superior and treating men inferior. That thing corrupts men. All right. But what if the man wakes up and changes his ways? Once the man wakes up and changes his ways, then could you really say, oh, he's, some dudes, they come from different, what you call it? They come from different backgrounds. Like Yashawan, he was learning while he was in jail. He was dedicated. I seen Yashawan when I used to be in the camp in 1989. And he looked at rough. I used to see him. I didn't go up to him and join him during that period. I would just listen to the camp. I listened to the teachers. I would listen to the camp so much that when I would go to sleep, I hear them in my dreams. I hear the scriptures and the Bible verses in my dreams. Because I would listen to all the teachers. I listen. Brothers, you got these brothers talking about, they came in the 90s. All right? I learned on the streets, bro. You got Dumya Allah of Liars of Israel, and Bakwasha. You got all these brothers talking. And they talk about what you don't know. You wasn't in class and all this crap. Brother, I was loyal and diligent. I was loyal and I was so diligent. I had a job. I had a wife at home. And then I ended up getting wives, but I could never enjoy them because I be always in the school, in the camp, always dedicated. All right, dedicated. All right, just like that old school rap song used to say. I'm gonna show my what you call it in a minute. My schedule, cause these dudes be talking. I had no breathing room. I had 3-4 hours of sleep every day, making money, making jewelry for the school, giving monies to the school. Now, if they ain't do nothing with it, that's on them. All right? It went in somebody's pocket up there. And it wasn't just these two men that y'all be lying and always putting the blame on. I seen Mad Doe go up to One West. I've been in the room. They had towers of cash on the table. All right? And that money was being given out to the leadership. Marshall, R.E.R. All right? Shaw, Yeshaya, Kazak. They was getting a taste of that money, all right? Y'all hate on these men. These men, when they stood up for the gospel and said, we count all loss for Christ, y'all don't mention how Yashawan, y'all didn't mention how Yashawan, he gave out all the pirate shirts for free. He ordered that all the pirate shirts be given out for free. They gave them to the brothers for free the day they left the school. They left everything intact in the school. One West could have just moved down the street to 77 West if they wanted to, because everything was intact. All right? But they wasn't about that. They was about ruling over men. If you about building, they left the sewing machines there. They left the studs all in the closet. I was mad because I ain't get none of this stuff. And I was still in the school. I was in the school up to 96, knowing the gospel. I knew the gospel. By that time, I was like, I didn't want to hear nothing. I didn't want to hear their classes up there because they wasn't talking about the gospel. But my business was stuck in the school because they made brothers leave One West. They let brothers leave One West, and even though brothers had converted out mentally out of the school, you know, brothers still continue because they love being around the brothers. A lot of brothers knew stuff, but they love being around the brother. Look at that brother Mawa. Mawa. What's up, Mawa? You out there, you hear me? It's a brother named Mawa. He was loyal. He was a lawyer or something. But he was smart. A lot of brothers was in the school. They had jobs. They was intelligent. They knew how to move. They knew that you couldn't let brothers just control you and manipulate your mind, have you leave your job. They had me leave my job in the end just to come in and go full time. I ran a whole department up in One West. Jewelry department, Yakazan Garan, Hawashah. Those are brothers in my department. Grace and peace, Most High in Christ, love y'all. Anar Gabar. My main Anar Gabar was my main apprentice, all right? My brother, right? That's my brother, all right? Benjamite brother. But he is close to me, man. We live like in the same hood, technically. All right, even though he was really, no, he's still in the star, because that part is the star considered, all right? Up near Herkimer, all right? Up near Herkimer. A lot of brothers, I got my Punisher suit. Because a lot of these camps, they need punishment from the Most High for what they doing to his word. All right? They lying about his word and lying about men. No, you can't have men like Johanna. Um, you can't have men like Johanna and these brothers like Muhammad being evil running around, because they cause division. They not affiliated with any other school or camp. Well, y'all all teach the same, all right? Only difference with GMS, they was teaching that evil doctrine, talk about rape little girls, right? They was talking about raping little girls. We don't get them young. We don't get them young. That stuff is outside the gospel. Whenever you heard a disciple say that, they was wicked on that. And what end up happening? They end up getting jacked up. They end up getting jacked up. Why? Because a lot of brothers is out for their own glory. They out for their own glory. When you out for your own, Tahar, soon as the split happened, what Tahar did, Tahar went, where Tahar went? He went to the next school that was ran by a mafia on 126th Street. He went right up the street. And when he went up the street, he went right up the street. And brothers by that time had figured out, yo, I can't be saying, running around saying that he he went right up the street. It made the King David doctrine again. Tahar ran up there. Everybody had a new chance in that 126th school to make a new school and better and bring the gospel in. What he did, he went and brought that same false doctrine right up to the new school and make brothers say that Marshall is king and all that crap. He did it a second time. Because, Tahar, you was about the destruction of Judah in the school. You're about the destruction of Judah. These guys, dumb, yan, dumb, no, not dumb. These brothers, they be running around talk about give them a break. Don't say nothing. No, those dudes need to be called out, rebuked sharply. All right, because they were the first dudes in 2005 on YouTube, and they put a corrupt image of the Israelites all over One West. Corrupt image. All right, they put a corrupt. So I was talking about this goes out to you Benjamites, like a Bar Allah of GMS. And this goes out to another Benjamite, like Danya Allah, and another Benjamite, Bakwash. All right? Don't be talking about what I did, because I got my schedule. All right? I got my schedule. All right? Monday, this is what I used to do on Monday back then in the 90s, y'all. Monday, I worked my jewelry at my jewelry store because I used to work for a brother named Calvin Smith. He's a black brother, Recon Ranger, used to be part of the Panther Party back in the 70s. All right? Worked 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Then I went to camp at 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. because I would